Hello guys, it's Buziza here. Welcome back to BMTV. This video I was supposed to do it when I got the car in March, but unfortunately shit happened and I couldn't do the video, but now the car is back. So in this video it's just gonna be a full review of the car, showing you the features that I have on the car, the optional extras that I got and things like that. So stay tuned and enjoy the video. Okay guys, so this is my 2020 VW Polo GTI 2.0. The wheels are the 18-inch breccia alloy wheels, which are an optional extra for 5,200. So when you buy the car, it comes with the standard 17-inch rims, which you can upgrade to this breccia ones and pay 5,200 rand extra. So it also comes with full LED headlamps, which are also an optional extra. This will set you back at around 11,000 rand to get these ones. If you buy the Polo GTI, it doesn't come with the LED headlamps. It comes with those normal headlamps that you always find in the standard Polos. To get these ones, you have to pay 11,000 rand as an optional extra. Then the full LED headlamps, you'll be able to differentiate from normal headlights because this strip here at night, it lights up. On the standard headlights, it doesn't light up. Only these two parts work for braking. So that's how you see the one that has LED special headlamps and the one that has the regular ones. And then we come to the sunroof. You know you can't buy a Polo GTI without a sunroof. It must have this nice panoramic roof. So this is also an optional extra which costs around 10,000 rand as an optional extra to get it on the car. Become so spoiled in the past couple of years that most cars that I've driven have park assist, so I'm not used to parking for myself, so I had to make sure that I get park assist with this car. So it's also an optional extra for 7,000 rand, and you will see it by having this sensor on the side bumper here. That means the car has park assist, which means it can park itself. This is an optional extra for 7,000 rand. Also see an additional sensor on the side or the back, on the back of the bumper, which is there, which means that the car can park itself, can do parallel parking, it can do straight up parking. You just press a button and then it finds a spot itself, and then you can just do your thing and then it's gonna go in without having any issues. And also you have this nice mini spoiler. You don't get it on the normal Polo, you only get it on the R-Line version. It looks nice, it makes the car look a bit mean in a way, so I love that. So this is how the front of the car or the engine bay looks like. Nothing special for me, no fancy covers or anything, just a normal plastic cover, and that is it. And I don't know anything that is happening here. The only thing I know is that is different from a normal Polo is that the battery is not here, the battery is at the back, because I had a previous Polo like this, but not the GTI version, the Brits edition, and the battery was here. And then if you check there, I don't know if you can see it, but there's that silver thing there, which is your pipe that goes to the exhaust and your turbo there. I don't know most of the stuff that's going on here, but there you have it, the front. And then the boot is just the same as a normal Polo. There's nothing different here. So on my previous one I had the Beats edition. So when you opened here, you had a subwoofer there, but as you can see, this one doesn't have the subwoofer, and it has that mini spare wheel which I hate. So the battery is down there underneath the spare wheel. There's nothing fancy to see here, just a normal trunk or boot as we call it as South Africans. So this is the dash of the car. It looks very nice with that red fascia. So you can choose from different options. You have a silver one and a red one, and I think a black one if I'm not mistaken. So in my previous Polo I had the Beats one, so it had that red, so I had to make sure I also get the red, and I think it just looks amazing inside with the red stitching on the seats and everything. So this is the steering wheel of the car. On the side you've got your buttons for cruise control, where you can press this button to set the speed that you want the car to cruise on, and then to turn it off, and then mode where you have a speed limit and cruise control, and then you have the volume and decrease and increase. And then on the side you've got buttons that you use to control the screen here. So this is the gear lever of the car, and then on the side you have all these buttons that you can control different functions of the car. The mode button is for changing between sport, eco mode, normal and individual. Individual is so you can configure your own thing. And then you have the other button which has a car and wheels that are off. It's for traction control if you want to disable traction control. And then the A off, it's for start stop, automatic start stop. So that's a function that you can disable. I don't know why you would disable that, because it saves you petrol when you are stopping. This button right here, if you maybe want to park the car and it doesn't see that it has to park, so that you can use your parking sensors, you can just press that button and then you can see, and then it's going to show you park pilot. And then the other button that you have was the button for park assist, which is the button that I love the most because it looks for parking for you. Another nice thing you have two USB ports here, so you won't have those guys that are busy saying, can I charge my phone, can I charge my phone? They can just come with their own USB cable and then they plug it in there. That's why I'm a nice guy. So in my car I always have 3 cables: USB Type-C, lightning cable, and a micro USB. So whoever wants to charge, I just give them the cable. As a bonus, you also have 2 other USB ports at the back, which people can just plug in their own chargers, which is good. So down here, if you notice, you'll see most VW Polo cars, they have those knobs that you switch in order to use the aircon. This one is the optional extra, which is called Climatronic. So that means you have dual zone climate control, so the passenger seat can have their own temperature, and on your side you can have your own temperature. And also comes with heated seats, but the heated seats are standard for all Polo GTIs. So the Climatronic works like this. Let's say you have a passenger and you have a driver, and the passenger is feeling cold and the driver is feeling hot. So what you can do is the passenger can set their own temperature. Yeah, so that means on this vent and that vent there, it's only gonna be blowing hot air, but on this vent and the driver's vent, you will only be getting nice and cool air. So that's the nice thing about Climatronic. You can have different temperatures for the different people sitting in front. And then you've got your heated seat buttons. You've got 2 levels there, and then you have sync if you want to sync the 2. You know what that is, that's the back window. The extra that is a must is the multi-active color info display. This thing is amazing. You definitely need this for a Polo GTI. If you don't have this, you have the normal gauges, then you've made a big mistake there by not including this one. It's very nice. I will demonstrate how it works right now. So now I'll show you the multi-active info, how it works. See, when you open it, it shows that nice graphic of the car there. It looks amazing. So you can see the car is still sitting on 2,600 kilometers right now. So I'm gonna put in, actually I'm gonna close my door, and then you see it has that nice Volkswagen visual there. That looks amazing. So when I first wanted the new Polo GTI, I thought there were different versions based on these dials. I thought that this was the old version and there was a newer version. Not only did I know that you can configure this and change the views and stuff. So I'll show you how to do that now. You see, when you start the car, it shows you your gear and your kilometers there, and then you can start the engine, and then you can see that it looks amazing. So the multi-active info, you control some of the functions on the main radio. So you can come to car here, and then you will find the option for this, which is the active info display, and then it shows you that you've got classic, you've got view 1 and view 2. So I'm gonna show this here, and I'm gonna go to view 1. So you see, that's what view 1 gives you. It gives you the range and the consumption. You can then configure the consumption and put in acceleration. It's gonna show you graphs of how you're driving there. And then you can also change this and put audio. It's gonna show you once you've connected a USB device or anything else. You can have the range, which is on the other side. You can have the traveling time, which is going to show you how many hours the car has been driven, and then it's going to show you the distance traveled and the average consumption. And yeah, you can also do that to the other gauge on the side. You can change the different views, which is that. And then you have view 2. So view 2 is the same way you configure different things for the car. So if you don't want to see all these fancy things, you can just go back to classic, and then classic will give you this nice view. But I prefer view 1. I love those small circles. They look very nice. And then you can also configure it more. Here you've got the view button here. This view button allows you to change the different settings of the screen here. So you've got different views. You've got, right now this is the view 1 for the active info display on the car system, and then you can press view, and then it can show you this, where it shows you like a distance, driving time, and average speed and average consumption. And then you can also view this. It's gonna show you in the top corner what song you're playing, the gear and sync start and all those things. Or you can go back to this. But even this, it's configurable, so you can have consumption only. You can, if you're that guy that just wants to see your trip, you can do that. Oil temperature, if you just want to see the speed and nothing else, you can do that. So this, when it's like this, it's only just gonna show you the speed. You see now I'm putting it on D and I'm driving. You see it's only showing the speed of the car and no gauge, no nothing else. I don't like this view. It's too minimalistic for me. I prefer the other view where you can have your acceleration and everything. I think that if you like, you can have the song that you are playing displayed there, where you can just skip with the button here and press next, and then it's gonna change the song and everything for you there, as you can see. That's also a nice function. The radio is the same that you will get in the normal Polos. It has all the functions that you can want in a radio, man, like a Bluetooth, aux, and all those things that most people use. But my favorite function is the app connect function, which allows you to connect an Android device or an Apple device to the radio, and then you're gonna be able to do a navigation from Google Maps or Maps from Apple. That's a very, very nice function, because with that you don't have to have the navigation that you can get as an optional extra, which is why I never took that one. Another function I love is the radio part, where you go to your radio. You see, you've got these nice icons for all the different radio stations, but you have to import them yourself and put them on the USB and then stuff like that. But once you have that, man, you don't have to like look at the text. You can know, you can just see the Metro FM sign and know that is Metro FM, and it also displays here, so you know you're listening to the #1 station in South Africa, Metro FM. So yeah. So I will show you now how the mode button works. When you press the mode button, it's gonna display here, and then when you press that on, it has all your different driving mode selections. You have eco, which is the one I'm always using because I'm trying to save petrol as much as I can. And then you have normal here, and then you have sport, which is for if you want the engine to sound very nice and all that. And then you have individual, but individual, it's where you can then press change, and then you can select the different stuff that you want. If you want your steering to be normal or sporty, you can select that. If you want the drive to be eco or normal, and then you can also have the air conditioning to eco, where it doesn't chow a lot of petrol. And then the engine sound, that's where you can have sport or eco or normal, and then you have your own settings there. You can just press that button anytime you want, but my go-to button is the echo button. This is the best one. The car doesn't rev so much, it's always changing the gears very quick, which is what you have to. But when I'm in that situation, I don't even have to press that mode button. I can just, as you can see the gear here, it has D and S. I can just push this down once, and then what that does, it engages sport. So as you can see there, you have S1, so the car is in sport mode. So when you rev it now, it's gonna take time for the gear changes and stuff, but that's my go-to gear, E1. That's a nice touch. Most cars are doing this though. I know that most of you want to hear the engine sound, but trust me, you will be disappointed because the car is not allowed to rev above 3000 something when it's stationary. So you have to in order to get the full sound, you have to rev it in a gear and then when you're driving. So I'll just demonstrate for you now. So yeah, that's how the engine sounds. The pops and the bangs are not there, so I'd have to downpipe it for it to sound amazing, but I won't now because it's gonna void my warranty.